So having melted the bolt into place, these are now reasonably firm, but I wouldn't trust them at all with any load. So we're now going to do the bit that I think is bloody clever, that I found quite by accident whilst I had this problem going through my head. I saw a video on, apparently I'd saved it, I don't remember doing so, but anyway, a video on using baking soda and super glue. And the two together work faster than super glue itself. So super glue sets fairly quickly, but this sets even faster and it sets stronger. So we get ourselves some baking soda, as I've already done. I've already prepared this, but you want to make sure that it is well and truly split up. So crushed, pushed, sliced until it is a very fine dust. And then I like to spread it out fairly wide on my working surface. Get my super glue scooping tool ready. Get my keeping things in place tool ready. I found it sort of works best to have a reasonably square thing, but now I'm just making it worse. Found it works to have a reasonably square thing, but that's you experiment. And then you get your super glue. Might be a little bit left on this one, we'll give it a try. Okay, put some super glue on. Now you see as this has been pushed in, it's gone down a little bit more, and it's also pushed up a bit more of the plastic, so it's a bit lower than the surrounding plastic. That one's finished. What I'm doing with the super glue right now is putting it around the edge of the area wider than the thing I want to hold on both, and then also onto the metal. Scoop up some of this baking soda and deposit it on top of the super glue. Using your moving tool here, that just to spread it around and move it as we need it. As you do this, you start to feel solidness where previously it was just the powder of the baking soda. That solidness is the baking soda and the super glue reacting together. Okay, now the super glue that I've got at the bottom there is probably already dried, so this is probably not going to work anymore from that side, but we continue on putting putting baking soda where we want to build this up. We work that baking soda so that it goes into any little crevices, and so it sits at about the height we want. It is one of those situations where the more that you leave there, the more you got to then work back off later, and it is workable, but it's quite difficult. Well, it's not quite difficult. It is workable. The other thing I've noted is it has some horrible fumes. So a fan going over here that we're just going to use for this little bit to blow the fumes away. I've got the garage door open, I've got the window above me open. They make a difference. But yeah, it's still worth the fan in my opinion. And so we just start dropping super glue onto this. Now, making sure it has a good coverage. So I'm going around the edge of the bolt, making sure that it is just quite wet with super glue. It's soaking into the baking soda. I've got some baking soda spillage here. I definitely want that gone before I'm anywhere near there with the super glue. Now from the inside outwards. Okay, the super glue's spilled over to this side where I'm trying to keep it clear. Let's not allow that to build up into a bump. Because there's no baking soda there, we've got a few moments to work that super glue. Okay, that's gone hard. Back in, put more of this around the edge of. As I'm touching it, I'm feeling hardness now in places because the baking soda has started to react with the super glue. Super glue has cyanoacrylate. I can't think of the word quite clearly off my head right now, but it has a chemical in it that reacts with the water in air, which is what causes it to set. If we had an absolutely dry environment, super glue would remain liquid. Baking soda reacts quicker and better with the super glue than water does. Okay, so that now is set. It looks pretty ugly at this point, but we're just going to leave that for 24 hours. And then I will work it much like I have these.